Give it to me. Hold on. Okay. Try the other one.
Check one, check.
Okay. So that's one.
Two, three, four.
All right, pick up the other one. I think you picked. Just tap on it.
What'd you say?
Just tap on the mic.
Check, 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 check.
Okay, I'm sending you audio back.
Hey, mister, are you a roto-rooter plumber?
Guilty.
Did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Toilet overflow?
Nope.
Pipe break?
Getting warmer.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
How long can you hold your breath? Is that your real hair? What's the birds and the bees? Do you know where my grandma is?
You know, I don't know.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Nothing, zero. Do you want me to put the other one on?
difference. You might have to loosen the dealio. So I texted it up all over the chair because it was watching TV. And what they said, getting feedback on this floor thing? Yeah. That's good. Now,
just one straight line from the phones to the thing, and I can't hear it.
Is that a stereo plug or a mono plug? Oh, it's a stereo? Okay, so not crossing. All right. So if they're double flipped, they have two magnets. Oh, and the other.
So they're coupled together.
So we got the two mic, and you are copying the mic.
Yeah. Well, you do that, I'm gonna get a couple things done.
Okay, this is actually a mono plug. Is it? Maybe they are mono. They are mono plug.
So even with that, I had audio off the other deck,
Okay.
but now I don't.
Is there anything in the, I think there's two things that help them. And this goes.
The new athletes come up with new ways and new strategies to try and play the sport. It used to be played in a very traditional type of style, but now there are about 6 or 7 different service styles, many different ways you can attack or play a point, and it's just an exciting new territory that the sport has gone into.
I'm Florentina Hanisch, and this is my paddle.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
Well, they had a pipe break. Water leaked all over the living room.
That doesn't look like a pipe.
I fixed the pipe. Now we're just cleaning up the water damage.
Oh, it was a sofa leak?
No,
It was a sofa pipe.
no.
We like normal here. Normal plumbers doing normal things that plumbers do.
I'm a roto-rooter plumber. We handle all the plumbing and water cleanup issues.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
The new athletes come up with new ways and new strategies to try and play the sport. It used to be played in a very traditional type of style, but now there are about 6 or 7 different service styles, many different ways you can attack or play a point, and it's just an exciting new territory that the sport has gone into.
I'm Florentina Hanisch, and this is my paddle.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
Well, they had a pipe break. Water leaked all over the living room.
That doesn't look like a pipe.
I fixed the pipe. Now we're just cleaning up the water damage.
Oh, it was a sofa leak?
No,
It was a sofa pipe.
no.
We like normal here. Normal plumbers doing normal things that plumbers do.
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber. We handle all the plumbing and water cleanup issues.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Throughout my career, I've been asked to investigate all sorts of strange and unusual things. Ghosts, apparitions, and unexplained phenomena. But I'm here to tell you, there's one thing people should fear the most. Water. So if you're having any kind of water problems, just call Roto-Rooter.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hey, mister, are you a Roto-Rooter plumber?
Guilty.
Did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Toilet overflow?
Nope.
Pipe break?
Getting warmer.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
How long can you hold your breath? Is that your real hair? What's the birds and the bees? Do you know where my grandma is?
You know, I don't know.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
When people think of Roto-Rooter, they typically think plumbing and water cleanup. They wouldn't be wrong, but there's also more to the picture. We do a little of this, we do a little of that. We clean things up and we check things out. Yeah, we may do both, but we also do a whole lot more. Roto-Rooter, yeah, we do that too.
Paddle, it's like a chess game. It's a combination of a lot of shots. You're not gonna kill the king with one move.
I truly believe that every person can be taught a little differently. There's no textbook way to play this game.
The earlier you're able to do something, the less perfect you have to be.
But you need to be patient and let them come to you. If you start trying to force the point, then I think you lose more than you'll win.
I'm Macy Elliott, and this is my paddle.
From this website, we really want to make learning easy. We know that paddle can be a lot. When you're out there, you're thinking of hitting the ball, you're thinking of the screens, you're thinking of your technique. There's a lot of things going on. So we want to break things up into bite-sized pieces that make it easy for you to digest, easy for you to learn, and then easy for you to implement in your game. That is our goal.
I'm Johan Durant, and this is my paddle.
The new athletes come up with new ways and new strategies to try and play the sport. It used to be played in a very traditional type of style, but now there are about 6 or 7 different service styles, many different ways you can attack or play a point, and it's just an exciting new territory that the sport has gone into.
I'm Florentina Hanisch, and this is my paddle.
If I go there, can you hear me? Or... Now you can hear me, but...
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing with the
but I'm on
Johnson
the front,
sofa?
the top
Well, I had a
channels,
pipe
not
break.
the bottom channels.
Water leaked all over the living room.
That doesn't look like a pipe.
I fixed the pipe. Now we're just cleaning up the water damage.
Oh, it was a sofa leak?
No.
It was a sofa pipe?
No.
We like normal here. Normal plumbers doing normal things that plumbers do.
I'm a roto-rooter plumber. We handle all the plumbing and water cleanup issues.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
No, I can hear you guys. I can hear you guys.
We'll need to before we use it.
Yeah. But I think I've got it mapped out.
Okay.
What time are we on? Half past?
We're getting ready to. I'm looking for Brad. I got Brad. Looking for Jerry. Jerry's up. Brad's Hey, so Brad is. Oh. Hold on. Jerry. 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 Hey, Jerry. Jeff is in, tell him what's happening and he'll be able to fix it.
Yeah, same. I was able to resuscitate one of the cameras.
What's that?
I was able to resuscitate one of the dead cameras. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool indeed. Huh.
You got 5.
Yeah, I told you. The camera that got rained on. Yeah, the one that puked in the rain.
Just switch as quick as you...
I was actually able to. I was able to get it working again. So we put that up in the corner real quick, and there we is. We got them kind of balanced. Woo. All right. Is there ambient audio running to the output?
Say that again?
Is there ambient audio running to the output?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right. We'll double check. I think I've got everything straightened out. Oh. When you're running around, you go into freeze. You gotta watch the balls. You run into freeze somehow. They get a ball down the golf course or something, and I'll see how
Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Let me accidentally unmute that. Yes. My paddle, now I think it's, yeah, 32. Correct. Yeah, Jeff, I think we're good, Jeff. Guys, we are almost alive. Players on the court, ref in the stand. Stand by. They just started. Do you guys want to come on? I'd like to come on at exactly 2:30. Okay, so you'll be talking a lot. There'll be a lot of fill. So take your time at the intro. Stand by. Rolling bump in 5 seconds.
Presented by the APTA national sponsors Viking, Fusion, Upswing Health, and My Paddle, and local sponsor Roto-Rooter. We are live at the Hyde Park Golf and Country Club on the APTA network, presented by eNet Live. I'm Jerry Viant, along with Brad Easterbrook, bringing you the men's semifinal between Will Colmar and Paul Rose, and the number 2 seeds, Adam Morgan and Tyler Fraser. So, Brad, let's introduce the players, and we have quite the semifinal to look forward to here.
Oh, absolutely. Should be a terrific one. On the top left of our screen is Adam Morgan. He is the Director of Racket Sports at the Lake Forest Club in Lake Forest, Illinois, and his partner, Tyler Fraser, who is the Director of Racket Sports at the Camargo Club right here in Cincinnati area. And on the bottom, not off the screen, I believe to the right-hand side, is his partner, Will Colmar. If we can get a look at them, we'll show you, and we'll reintroduce them a little later, and his partner, Paul Rose. So there they are. So right there, forefront, in the black cap there, in the gray vest, that is Paul Rose. And his partner just off screen there in the blue hat with the pom-pom is Will Colmar. So looking forward to a great battle, and those guys are, you know, all very familiar with each other. You know, Colmar and Morgan played together for a couple of years. So look forward to a good match. Why don't we take a look?
Let's take a look at the draw.
At the draw.
Let's take a look at the draw and see their path of how they got here. So we saw Fraser Morgan 1 and 4, and then up the top there you got Colmar and Rose. They had the 3-set battle, so they got that first set 6-4, and 1-6, 6-3.
Yeah, Hirsch Wagner, good team out of the Pittsburgh area. They went 3 sets in their first round too, but it seemed like a loose set, and then they cleaned it up pretty well with a 6-love, 6-1 win in the round of 16. So, you know, it's an interesting matchup. Fraser and Morgan, I think, have been planning to play the season all year long, but of course with COVID restriction and everything, it hasn't been easier for them to get together. So you got the flash of Fraser and Morgan, who can bring the ball with offense on both sides, along with Colmar and Rose, both who have finishing shots and terrific offense. So,
and you can see just if we could just bring the draw back, I just want to point out on the top of the draw, we've got Kayla Rams playing Crick and Lofgren, and you can see they're on the second court, and we'll be, from our scorers on the ground, they'll keep us up to date, and we're going to hope to switch over and show some of that other second semi-final. At the very least, keeping you all up to date with the score of what's going on. So we've got quite a bit of action. Yeah. So let's take a look at the tournament schedule. So from here, as we've said, the APTA has really done a remarkable job during these COVID times. So we've added tournaments to the schedule so to cut down on travel so the players can compete. So we will be, next weekend, we'll be heading back to the East Coast for the Western New England. On Friday, the women will be playing, and Saturday, the men. And again, it's a 16-team draw with the top-ranked players playing. So that tournament will be loaded. I was having a look at the sign-ups, and it's really going to be a highlight reel from the get-go. And then February 5th and 6th, we've actually made a change on here. We're going to be showing the women are going to be playing in Hinsdale. And I believe the guys are going to be going to Detroit. And then we come back to the East Coast for the Philly Open, February 19th and 20th. And heading to Boston for the Nationals, March 11th through the 14th. So we've been able to add those tournaments to bring the Grand Prix Tour closer to everybody to cut down on travel. So you can see Will Colmar there. He's on the right. He's the one who just did the little bounce back on the side of his paddle. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. I don't think we've live streamed him. I certainly haven't called one of his matches before. I've seen him play, but he's a very entertaining guy. He's very creative. He's very athletic. So that's going to be fun. And of course, there's Paul Rose, who usually plays with Pete Rose. So this is a new combination in the Grand Prix. So I don't know who is going to be the north on the compass on that team, Brad. Do you?
That's a great question, Jerry. Paul Rose and Will Colmar, I don't think they've played together, but they know each other very well from the Chicago area. So I would think it's Paul Rose, but it's going to be interesting to see. We'll see how they develop their strategy and how well they gel together.
Yeah. And down the far end, you see that's Adam Morgan. He hits that underhand serve, and that's really effective. Will Colmar too, of course. And Tyler Fraser's hitting it too. So it's really changed that serve return first volley, hasn't it, Brad, in the game?
Yeah, it absolutely has. All these players are going to be, this court will be mostly exclusively underhand serves, except for Paul Rose, who will probably hit mostly overhand serves. And it just makes such a difference. It changes the trajectory which the ball comes in. And the problem with the overhand serve that players have discovered over time is that it bounces high. Even if you put a lot of action on it, the ability to hit the ball down at the opponent's feet, it's very easy to do.
And there you can see the graphic of our winners of leading up the previous 4 Grand Prix events that we've had. Johan Durant and Stephen Mitchell won Darien, Modik Chavinsky and Graham McNerney. Indianapolis at Brian Compton, Graham McNerney, Chicago Charities, and then a couple of weeks ago, Hughes and Powers were back in the winner's circle for Long Island. So my sources tell me, Brad, that Paul Rose and Will actually won the Chicago/Milwaukee tournament. Ready? They beat Compton and Rollins. So they have played a tournament together. We just haven't live streamed it.
Oh, terrific. Oh, that's good. Good to hear they have some chemistry on the court already. The talent out there is going to be extraordinary. You got Morgan, who can hit the ball on both sides. You got Frazier, who can
you know, hit the ball on both sides. You know, backhand's a little stronger.
You
and
ready,
can
John?
hit a ton of cut shots.
No, I think they got
Rose
it.
has a finishing
Yeah.
overhead, sort of like
Are
a
we
baby
ready? Are we
cutter,
ready for
and
intro?
Colmar has got as well. The only
check-
one without
check the-
really a finishing shot out there is Adam Morgan.
Spin away.
The biggest thing that I'm looking for today is to
Okay.
see who's going to be most disciplined and how they go about the game plan.
On my left,
Right. Well, if
on the ad
Adam
side,
Morgan is anything like his
Calvin
wife,
Frazier from
Allison
Cincinnati,
Morgan,
Ohio.
she's
His partner, Adam Morgan from Lake Bluff, Illinois.
all right. We're going to have our
On my right,
umpire
William Komar
who's
from
going to
Northfield,
introduce the
Illinois,
players, so we'll let
with the
him.
PBR hat. Paul Rose from Glenville, Illinois, is his partner.
That's Ralph Shine.
Komar to serve.
All right, looks like the introductions were already done. So we got Will Colmar starting off the match with that underarm. He's almost like semi-sidearm with his serve. And he goes right to
15
a roller
love.
to the nick for a pretty good start.
$15 all.
There you see the kind of baby cutter action from Paul Rose.
30,
Lets the ball
15.
drop, cuts underneath it, but from that same motion where he cocks his wrist up, he can cut underneath it and drop it short as well. So it's a little disconcerting for the
30 all.
opponent. They have to cover the short ball and the deep ball. He catches them moving in every now and then.
$30, 40. I had it one. Game Frazier Morgan, they lead 1-0.
So a good start there for Frazier and Morgan. And it should be, it actually says Frasher there on the bottom. It's actually Frazier. So we'll see if we can get that cleaned up on the scoreboard. You know, Tyler Frazier, for years, he's been one of the most exciting players on the tour, Jerry.
Yeah.
You know, he literally has every shot. He can do anything. He's incredibly fast. The issue really has been just kind of like the discipline in the moments, making the errors at the crucial times. And but been waiting for a breakout for some time from him. He's already at the top and one of the most exciting players in the game.
15 love.
Yeah, I love to see how he sneaks up the side. You know, he loves that pounce on that two-handed backhand off of the down-up overhead. And he's, you know, you see that serve by Adam Morgan. He gets it deep and low. Stops the opponents from hitting down on them.
15 all.
Good lead there from Paul Rose. And probably not the best ball to drive for Adam Morgan. You want the ball to be high enough so you can really hit it down.
$15-30.
It's a beautiful controlled backhand from Colmar.
30 all.
I expect Jerry to see a lot of offense in this match.
Yeah. Yeah, the word on the street is there's going to be a lot of action. You see Tyler with the head fake there, Fraser with the head fake on the return, whether he was going to go or stay.
40,
all
30.
All four players can hit both the forehand and the backhand. There isn't a spot. There are safer spots, and that's going to be the key part, is to find them. And the other key part is for the players to maintain discipline in taking the right drive, not just any drive, because they can pretty much hit the ball from any place on the court.
Well, that was going to be my question to you, Brad. Where it's always about identifying where the safe spot is for the net team to hit the ball when they're in trouble to the backcourt.
Well,
so
if
where is it for Colmar and Rose?
Yeah,
That's
to hit
what
it to
we've been-
Colmar and Rose, I mean, long and deep to the Colmar backhand is the safest place on the court. And in general, long and deep. And then we'll see if Colmar, although he's hitting some good backhands right now, is able to occasionally step up and take the ball on the rise. Paul Rose has a terrific backhand.
Well, Paul Rose was looking to his left to see where Colmar was.
Got to know where your partner is at all times if you want to cover the net.
I tell you, and I think he's got to be really careful going into Tyler Fraser's backhand, especially trying to hit a screenshot, because he just loves, like I said, climb up and grab that backhand on the rise.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jerry. That's the shot you got to stick away from the most. If you want to do anything, you're going to go to the Fraser forehand and even try to bait him every now and then. And then you're dealing with the Fraser speed, which is
Game
what
Fraser
caused
Morgan, they lead 2-0.
that volley miss there from Colmar.
And that was a level of emotional intensity from Tyler Fraser for the second game of the first set. We love to see that.
Well, it's been an interesting year.
Left 15.
You know, without the ability to really travel for a lot of these tournaments, a lot of these guys, this is their first real go at it, and we're already in the in 2021.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he is a Cincinnati favorite. He's got to perform for the hometown crowd, you know, and he's got a lot of backers out here, I'm sure.
He does. There was quite the list of requests to have him on the live stream.
And speaking of safe spots, they're going to have to find a way to deal with the Fraser blitz, because Fraser is going to sneak in as soon
There it is. There
as
it is.
Morgan gets a look. Fraser's going to move himself forward, and anytime Morgan gets the ball down, Fraser is so quick that he can be on the net within a stride.
So Colmar and Rose's safe spot
15-30.
is more to Morgan's backhand, you're saying?
Yeah, but it's got to be done with. I think it's the Fraser forehand.
Fraser
actually.
forehand. Okay, yeah.
And
So let's identify that.
15-40.
They can't allow Morgan to hit the ball down while Fraser gets a blitz in. That's what they're going to have to get rid of. He's trying for a tough drop
Game
volley
Fraser
off his
Morgan,
right
they
hip.
lead 3-0.
Yeah, Morgan's got a big forehand. Morgan's got a big forehand too.
Yeah, he just hauls off. He's not big on like the use of deception or anything like that. It's not like he holds it and then sometimes like at Durant he can roll it or powers and they hit it soft and then all of a sudden they're blistering it at you. He really just mostly comes after you. You know, he drives it hard, big off both wings. It's a big shot though. So Fraser Morgan.
Is Tyler Fraser serving? Oh.
15 love.
So he's got, that's more of a higher point of contact with the sidearm.
Yeah, I like that serve as well because you can hit it inside out and create almost a spin like a lefty gets on it. So, Jerry, we're speaking of safe spots. You know, I think Colmar and Morgan are also going to have to go sort of like medium pace,
30
deep,
love,
and relatively soft back in there to Fraser. Problem is he'll throw in some blitzes on those too every now and then.
Right. Oh.
40 love.
Just trying to get something going there, but still volley wide. Colmar and Rose up 40 love, a point away from a 4 love lead in the first set. We're in the men's semi-final here at the Midwesterns. That's a great angle.
Game Fraser Morgan,
Really
they lead 4-0.
see the ball coming into Rose there.
So,
Going
Jerry,
a
it's
little
kind of
too quickly for Colmar Rose right now.
Correct. It's a little bit of a blitzkrieg that they're playing right into right now. You know, they're not trying to find a different way to attack these points. And that's out.
15 left.
Just missed it. It's the right type of shot, though. Push it high, little float deep to the Colmar backhand. Give himself time to get back into the net.
all.
See, you hit that ball anywhere to Morgan, he's liable to pull the trigger.
$15-30.
Tyler really puts a lot of spin on that ball, and he can hold it.
Yeah, a lot of players are experimenting with the use of the spin these days, and he's one of these guys who could probably hit a serve that could go over and spin back over the net. I know Martin Bostrom can do it. I bet there are a number of players, and nobody's really brought it out in any tournament play yet.
$15-40.
Wow. Colmar and Rose are on fire.
Yeah, but
I mean, sorry, Fraser
and Morgan.
are on,
I was about
sorry.
to go the other.
It's like, they're not on fire. They want to be on fire. They're hoping to get on fire.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Colmar and Rose need a bucket of water to turn the other guys off, but a lot of this
Game
is a
Fraser
little
Morgan,
bit.
they lead 5-0.
A little bit, Jerry, of their own doing, right? Would you say so?
Yeah. I mean, it's 20 minutes in, and we have not. You know, I didn't expect to have long grinding points, but I did expect to see a little bit more setup play from Colmar and Rose, and we're just not seeing that right now. Like you said, it's right into the speed of Fraser and Morgan, and they are sharp.
And by more setup play, I guess I'd go the next level and say how about just some setup play, like one or two, right? You know.
Yes. See again, did you see that Tyler Fraser's doing like a head fake on the return of serve? He kind of blocked Morgan then as he was coming in for the first volley.
Yeah, he did
looks
on
like
that
he's
one.
It looks like he's gonna, cut off that return of serve, but then he stays home.
But there you see him making a move that easily Morgan could get. It's part of obviously what they're going to try and do is use Fraser's athleticism and speed at the net. And he's always thrown a lot of feints in. Blitz is a huge part of his game.
Yes, he's disruptive, don't you think?
Yes. And the issue has always been whether he's disruptive to his opponents or sometimes he's disruptive to himself, right? Or to his own
15-all.
Tempo out there. And his ability to blitz and his backhand are huge weapons. And he has the ability to cut finish balls. Fraser does an excellent job also reading where his opponents are hitting the overheads from.
30-15.
Making the quick move and then throwing in feints at other times.
Yeah, he's constantly changing the look on the court.
Just out, I guess. All right, so a question call there, but
45.
confirmed by the umpire.
Quick
oh my
update
gosh,
on
this is going to be Go ahead, Jerry.
Sorry, Brad. Quick update on the second court. You can see down on the right side of the screen there, Kayla and Rams are up 2-love against Crick and Loughran in the
Game
first
set. Fraser Morgan.
And just to give you an
Ball change.
indication, what I was going to talk about there,
Oh.
Jerry, was just the time of the set. They're up 2-love. We just played 6 games, and I would say 15 minutes at best.
Right. So there was a quick set. We're just going to take a second here to thank one of our national sponsors. Upswing Health is a digital sports medicine company that puts an orthopedic specialist at your fingertips. Upswing Health has a free AI-powered diagnostic tool designed by orthopedic surgeons that you can use to identify your injury. You can then learn how to treat your injury or even prevent another one with their free therapy programs, or even speak with a medical professional. All free for the members of the
15-love.
APTA. So if you have some soreness after playing or a more serious injury, go to Upswing first. And it looks like they're not going to... Yep. Looks like they're not going to take a break, so we'll go straight into the second set. I don't know, maybe they have a flight to catch,
15-all.
Brad, that we don't that we don't
I
know
mean,
about.
There's if I were Colmar, Morgan, and Rose, I would want a break here, but they're still not really looking to change anything up. I was out.
30-15.
I think at this point for Rose and Colmar, they just got to find some sort of tempo and a place to put the ball. They got to stop the Fraser blitz, and quite frankly, hope for an error or two. Just get that first game under your belt. You get that first game, and it's a world of difference.
Yeah, I agree. Now we're seeing a longer point. Let's see if they can build on this. That's the shot they got to be careful of, going into Fraser's backhand like that.
It's the worst shot on the
30-all.
court.
I mean, if you're going to go there, you want to go in the last 2 feet of the court by the singles line. But trying to get into his side screen, he just
40-30.
loves that, going up there. And he's disciplined enough to let it go if it beats him, that it becomes a side back, and then Morgan can cover.
Right. It's interesting you mentioned that, actually, Jerry. A couple of years ago, Fraser was beating, I believe it was Broderick and Araya. And I can't remember who Fraser's partner was at the time, but they were destroying Broderick and Araya. And Broderick went to hitting hard side back, like third panel smashes into Fraser's corner anytime they can, just hard. I think it was actually Fraser Banchila. Hard into their corner, time and time again, and it upset the rhythm of Fraser. Wasn't able to cut them off
Game
for
Colmar and
drives,
Rose.
and he just kept pushing
Second
him back.
set 1-0.
And as a
Fraser
consequence,
Morgan won the first set.
Orion and Banchila were able to come back. Orion Broderick were able to come back and win the match.
All right, so Colmar and Rose are on the board. That's got to feel good.
It's got to feel great. It's at one level, certainly Colmar and Rose were not helping themselves out there.
Yeah.
But Fraser and Morgan were awesome. They didn't miss a ball.
Right, well, they're seeing the ball so well. I mean, they look comfortable,
Mac.
they look confident, and they're
Athletic
just
tape.
going
Athletic
for their
tape.
shots. All right, we've got an injury timeout.
I would assume athletic tape usually means something like a blister, Jerry, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to a Band-Aid because he might be bleeding.
Yeah.
Where's our Upswing Health?
Yeah.
Okay, we're hearing that he has opened up a blister on his hand, which can be really painful.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's just you get to thinking about it. There's two parts about it. It can sort of almost free your mind because you stop thinking about all the shots, and it sort of can put you in a different. But if it's not putting you in the right headspace, you got to just close it up so you don't have to think about it anymore.
It could ice out a little bit, Fraser and Morgan. You can see them, pacing around. It does change the momentum just a little bit.
They are pacing, Jerry. They're like caged tigers.
They are, right?
They are pacing. I mean, look at those two.
Look, they were dialed in, I think, in the parking lot before they even got on the court. You can see how ready they were to start, competing. And they're still in that mindset, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, you made that point early, Jerry, how Fraser really in the second game give a good holler and a fist bump right away. And that's usually it takes a moment for the match to get into tighter zones before that level of pumped up, display comes into play.
Yeah, I saw it right away. Like even in the warm-up, you could see it. He looked like it was 4-all in the third. He's
right.
And he's ready to go. I wonder if we could switch over to court 2 and just pick up a little bit of the action while we're waiting for Paul Rose with the tape. Oh.
Yeah, it looks. So we got here now just a quick jump over. This is Scott Kaler serving. His partner Philippe Rams at the net.
Yeah, like I said, we'll keep an eye
and
on
at the back
score.
court, Nathan Crickett's the left-handed player, and his partner Randy Lofgren. All right, so we're back onto our action here. So,
love 15.
Adam Morgan missing that lob wide.
Yeah, so good start here. It's the first lead in any set here from Coleman
15 all.
Rose. It's a good blitz, but the ball, if it's not above the net, you might have to take a little pace off. He hit a solid struck volley, just push it long.
Showing a willingness to stay in the point here, Brad.
Yeah, this is great.
Coleman Rose just building the point here with some nice combination of deep lobs.
Right in. And smart. God, he's so good just cutting that ball off. Thought we were going to see a cut from Tyler Frazier there.
The same thing, like that.
15-30.
That is right in Paul Rose's wheelhouse. That high two-handed backhand.
Yeah, I think he's got to let that ball drop every now and then and play it a lot lower and deeper. Unless he's trying to do it so he drives so he can cut off the volley, which is possible because he keeps going back in there.
I love the counter of Tyler Frazier's volley. When Coleman's hitting those two drives right at him, he just stays perfectly still and quiet and volleys that ball back straight and deep. Doesn't try to change direction, doesn't try to do too much with it. He just negates that drive.
Pushing that ball long. He cocks his racket up. At the last second, he picks a spot. Little cut to the side. That's a good one.
Nice bite there. See
That's
that ball
a good
drop?
15-40.
Yep. Perfectly played, perfect pace and spin combination. Great ball.
Nice.
Terrific volley from Colmar.
30-40.
See, that's that changing that direction on the volley when you're getting that big bullet driven at you.
Yeah, unless you have a reason, like to put it away from a blitzing player, just hit the ball straight, soft, and deep. It keeps you in position, and it allows you to easily cover the next volley. When you change, you get caught in a shift oftentimes.
And it's also it's harder to control the direction, especially if you're not right on top of the net. Paul Rose has got that kind of chop overhead. Right, really bites the ball.
Yeah, it's different than a lot of other players' cutters. It is really, he just cocks the wrist up and then he chops it down to the side. You're exactly right, Jerry. It's essentially how he does it. And then he just picks and chooses his contact point, and he goes long. So he went short on the one before, and he goes, he's going to go short again, right?
Yep.
And then he goes long, and that is just well done.
Game, Comar Rose. They lead 2-0.
Yeah, so I always, love to comment on how the preparation of the overhead. I mean, he sets his paddle so early, and that's what allows him to have all those choices. It looks like he's got so much time. It's because he's set up early.
Yeah, and from that same setup, he's able to hit 3 or 4 different shots with some subtle changes in how he gets
15.
through the ball or through the contact zone. So you always look for changes in tempo and in the match. So since the beginning, when they were down, well, they lost 6-love in the first set, we haven't seen a single blitz from Frazier. They've been able to take a little bit more of the Morgan offense around with the Frazier blitz behind. They're hitting their overheads deeper. We're seeing Rose being, dialing in his overhead a little bit, being able to control the net a little bit more. So kudos to Comar and Rose.
And they're taking more time. You just saw right there where they, really talked about what their tactic is going to be.
Well, they lost a set in both the other matches, so clearly they're not, worried about playing a 3-setter. It's a little bit of an overplay that time for Morgan. And they were so good in the first set. You're bound to miss something. You can't always be playing at a 95% success rate.
Okay, so just the umpire is there to call the score, but he's not calling the lines, but if asked, he will overrule. And
they asked, they decided they're going to play a let here.
30-all.
Look how much deeper Rose is getting these overheads now. Look
Yep.
at that. So
Yep.
deep, so low.
actually, could we I'd love to grab a replay of these 3 or 4 overheads in a row by Paul Rose. That would be a fun thing to break down in slow motion. So.
Well, absolutely, but he's going to this overhead specifically. Remember in the first set they were hitting a lot more balls down and up in there. Now he's going long and deep, cutting it, mixing in the short one, and then when he finally does hit the down up, it's not like you're looking for it,
Right.
so you can't get the early beat on the ball. Just keeping it deep, and that's perfect. Now this is good paddle for them.
And he's focused on those 5 boards again of Adam Morgan to his backhand.
Oh!
Nice grab.
Oh, terrific play. And then they finally had just a moment hesitation and confusion on the overhead, and that was the opportunity for Morgan. They capitalized. Quick blitz there from Frazier.
Break point opportunity to go up 3-love.
No, this is first game there for Frazier and Morgan.
Game Frazier, Morgan.
So it's 2-1
Comar
now.
Rose lead the second set, 2-1. Frazier Morgan won the first set.
Different rhythm Brad?
Well, they're just doing so much better with their overheads now. You know, Rose really keeping that ball deep. You're finally getting a few misses out of Morgan. And just a lot more pressure with the overhead. So just a big night and day difference.
Yeah, good. Let's take a look at how Rose sets up. He's on the Paul Rose on the left. Just keeping that ball deep.
There was the confusion. Actually, there's a blitz on this point, but he, like you were saying, it's his setup. He cocks that wrist up, shoulder rotation, and then able to cut the ball, chop it down, or chop it down and through for the long ones.
Kayla and Rams got the first set 6-2 over Crick and Lofgren.
Nice job by them. There's a good third panel smash. I do not mind that overhead. Moves him out. And then he goes to the short cutter. Oh, that was the mistake. Yep.
You can hear the extra effort by Tyler Fraser.
Nice dig from Paul Rose. It's going to be a good look. Oh!
Oh, nice dig.
What a terrific point.
Paul Rose's two-handed backhand. Oh!
Yeah. It's actually the stronger of the two shots. He's got a decent forehand, but what a
Left
point
15.
there.
Yeah.
I think at a point like that, sometimes throw up the really high lob and then start over every now and then. It depends if you have the advantage or not.
15 all.
Oh, too deep for that overhead.
And too quick.
15-30.
Right? Change the play, like you were saying to your point before, Brad. Came in, volleyed that ball quickly cross court. The block lob goes up, and Fraser's chasing the next overhead. He wasn't balanced, and he was deep in the court to try to go for that much angle.
Yeah, there's no reason to hit that hard cross-court volley unless you have a winning potential, because all it does is set you up to, like you said, a block lob cross-court.
That's always the hard thing, is just to calibrate that speed of play.
That's
Fraser
a fine
Morgan,
line.
they got off to such a quick start with a 6-love first set. And you can sense that Fraser is, wanting to just get in there and get the action and keep the speed going. And now Colmar and Rose are starting to put more balls in play, except for that little guest appearance backhand reach volley. And Fraser, you can just feel that Fraser wants that fast pace.
Yeah. Oh.
40-30.
It's a shame, just two quick errors like that just can derail the game. Let's see if they can put together a good point here.
Nice deep volley by Paul Rose there.
Terrific. Frazier rarely takes that ball down the line, though. He constantly goes cross court with that backhand drive. They're starting to read it and cut it off. I want to pick a few spots here and change it up a little bit, just in this direction, not the shot itself.
Oh, nice blitz. Great setup by Adam Morgan.
Game Frazier Morgan, 2-2.
Great job, but the mistake there is also you got Will Colmar looking back, Paul Rose looking back instead of calling out the blitz. Frazier's so quick, though, so quick.
Left 15.
Sneaky little move by Fraser.
Oh, he's a brazen blitzer.
Just wants the action. You can feel it.
I think for him, it helps him to play at this pace, and he also believes that the scenario, even if he loses a few, is better for him in the long run. Like if you win, even 6 out of 10, you're still at a good chance of winning the match. 6 points out of 10 will get you to victory almost every time.
Oh, spike by Paul Rose.
Yeah, give the little cutter just right there in the backcourt. The door's open, so we called a let there. Very reasonable.
Left 15.
What's interesting about the Frazier return is he doesn't set up for the backhand, like on the return to serve.
Right, doesn't turn sideways.
He doesn't look for it. He's not moving over to the middle of the court much. He's really looking for, and I'm just even talking about on the return to serve, Jerry. He's content to just sort of play it back. He's actually only driven on the return, maybe like 50% of it's just come right to his backhand. Otherwise, put in up and play, which is great.
Again, you see just looking for that blitz
so
and just getting right on the net.
So good up there.
He makes things happen.
We're talking about Frazier here a lot, but a lot of that is also driven by his confidence in knowing, that Morgan
40.
can hit that good drive. So at least get it low enough. It's sort of like a lot of the old days of, or Parsons Araya, or more known Araya, where Araya likes to go into the net. If he has a partner that he can count on to hit it low.
Game Frazier Morgan, they lead the second set 3-2.
Yeah,
they
you're
won the first set.
100% right, Brad. And Adam Morgan has worked really hard on his game. And he's fit, so he can cover him, so that allows Fraser to flow and take some risks and be in there blitzing. And, their game is very athletic. They can keep up this fast pace and this speed of play.
So we saw, Como Rose get out to a nice start in this set, get up 2-love. Now we saw Rose be able to start to control with the overhead. They were able to keep it deep. Now we see immediately the tipping of the scales back. You saw about 6 Frazier blitzes, and during that time when they won those 2 games and took it over, they got a couple errors and they stopped the Frazier blitz. Frazier blitz is killing them. If they can't stop that, it's going to be a good night. Switch at the net there for Frazier and Morgan. They did that very well.
15 left.
I don't know if you noticed, he brought out a quick cut serve on that point before Frazier did. Did you see that one, Jerry?
He's gone to an overhead cut. Yeah, no, he's gone to an overhead kick serve.
Yeah.
That's been one of the more recent changes in the game, don't you think, Brad? Is the the ability of the top players to have different serves. It used to be just, let's just get the serve in. Let's just try not to, get on top of the net. And now it's this underarm serves come into the game.
Yeah, and players really, going back 15 years ago or so, we're almost exclusively serving and volley. You know, and if you couldn't serve and volley, it was kind of like, well, you just weren't that good. The idea of staying back, to me, was mostly revolutionized for the most part by Drew Broderick. I mean, he just really put to the forefront, and it became a match. And we had a couple of matches where all 4 players were staying back. It was, that transition, and now the transition game has become such a big part of it. The ability to sort of stay back when you want or move up and in, and outside.
30-15.
All players need to be adept at all the parts if they want to reach the top of the game.
30-15.
There is no shame now in serving and staying back.
It's not even no shame. It's a necessary part of everybody's
It's a
lexicon.
tactical. Yeah, it's a tactical part of the game. Also, it's
40-15.
a function of also the style of play, the players being fitter and more athletic. The ball is bouncing a little bit higher. It's like technology on all the equipment, and things have evolved. It's fun. It's fun to see these changes in the game.
Game Fraser Morgan, they lead 4-2.
See, now, here's where what we were talking about at the beginning when you asked me, Jerry, who the captain of the ship is. Somebody's got to captain the ship right now, because Colmar and Morgan, that's 4 games in a row, and it doesn't look like the energy's changing or the thought process or anything else.
Left 15.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Over on the other court in the other men's semifinal, Kayla and Rams are up. They won the first set 6-2, and they are up 2-love against.
Against Crick and Lofgren, and the biggest thing. Crick and Lofgren had a good win against
15-30.
Baxter. It was so great to see them back out on the court. But Kaler's a very smart player. He's not going to give him those down-up overheads that'll bounce down in there for Crick and Lofgren. He's going to make him hit tough lower balls. He's going to find a spot on the court, and then they volley so well. It's a little different scenario.
Yeah, Scott Kaler has really improved his shot selection.
Oh, that's a great cut. Just such great quickness from.
He
was in the flow. Go for that spike.
What a serve.
40-30.
Terrific cut serve, went all the way to the side wire, and Morgan actually tried to run around it. He had to stop, play with his backhand. Great serve.
Well, intensity is still
Deuce.
there, Brad.
Very much so. All right.
Deuce.
So we got another no ad point. We're still playing no ad scoring here. They're going to give it to Tyler Frazier. And this game to me is actually really significant. We'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah, big
missed it
difference
long.
between 5-2 and 4-3.
Game Fraser Morgan, they lead 5-2. They won the first set.
And even more than that, Jerry, I think it was just really good that Morgan and Frazier win, because if there's a place for Morgan to sort of, or for Frazier, it is
Guys,
they're
that's
up
game
15-30. And
ball
at
change.
15-30, he goes for a huge forehand, like a winning forehand return. He sprays it, and then the next ball within a second, he's moving way to his left. He goes for the big spike. He sprays that one. Now it's game point for Colmar Morgan. If they lose that there because of 2 quick loose points, that's a different thing entirely. Now, Colmar and Rose they were a little charitable back, right? So it worked out for them. But these are the kind of things that, for Tyler Frazier, he can control the action so much, but at the key moments, He's got to make sure he's doing the right shots.
Love.
See, that's the 7th game there. We're just warming up the new ball. And we're back to the action. This is Adam Morgan serving for a place into the men's final.
Oh,
30 love.
Deep in the court, off his heels. All right, 2 points from victory here for Frazier and Morgan. There you go. Colmar going to the cut return of serve.
40 love.
They're just, I think it's a little bit of a hope and a prayer now. So they're putting high intensity in these last couple ones.
Just long and game, set, match. Frazier
Morgan,
Morgan
wins 6-2.
6-love, 6-2.
You can hear the claps in the background. You know,
Yeah,
the director of
it's-
racket sports at the Camargo Club here going on to the finals.
Yeah, he's got a lot of support here. I mean, that was all their speed of play, Brad. They dictated, except for those, you know, first 2 games early in the second set, where I thought, you know, Colmar and Rose were going to slow it down a little bit and build some points. But now we're going to be able to show you the other men's semi-final. We'll get an update on the score. That is Crick and Loughran with their backs to us. And Kayla Watts down the far end. Kayla in the do side in the black sweatshirt.
And it's Kayla Rams, not the old team of Kayla Watts.
Oh, sorry,
but,
yes.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yep.
we do that all the time. You know, you get used to a partnership and.
Philippe.
Yeah, very talented, slippery forehand. Can hit the sharp backhand from high, but the backhand's definitely not. It's more of a setup lob type of ball, so it's a safe spot on the court. You can go hard into the screen or just right up in there. Quick slippery forehand. That was a miss there. He tried to catch him in the crosscut volley shift.
I'm just getting an update. I believe the score is Kayla Rams are up 3-1 in the second set. They won the first set 6-2.
I'm going to love watching here is exactly what we're seeing here is Scott Kaler's ability to step in, take the lob off the deck for a quick lob up, and then he occasionally just does a fast, quick drive with his forehand. He has 0 topspin on the ball, really, you know, and he'll do these quick lobs up, and use the screen at the right time, and then just a fast strike with a flat ball down. Good eye there from Nathan Crick.
40-30.
That's our umpire, Jay Goman, up there. And he's umpiring this match, but he's also organized the umpire team for the Midwesterns.
Terrific guy, Jay. Had some fun
Just
conversations
loves
with
paddle.
him.
Deuce.
Nice spot drives by Rams there.
Kayla Rams. They lead the second set. You guys didn't get 4 games to 1. And Kayla Rams won the first set, 6 games to 2.
Okay, so
And
there's the
we have a
update
new
there.
ball time.
4-1 in the second set. think he said. I think I heard him say he's going to bring in the new ball. Scott Kaler serving. Nathan Crick on the deuce side. He's the lefty. Scott Kaler, that's his wheelhouse. Is he likes to hit that forehand from high to low. He kind of mistimed that one, sent it into the back screen, but that's where he's most dangerous on his forehand side. Not so much off the deck on the lower balls, but anything higher on the screen or higher on his forehand where he can come straight down on the ball.
12:30.
Couple of quick unforced errors there. We watched in Darien, Brad, where Rams and Kayla had a good tournament.
Terrific one. They were able to they had a battle with Humphreys and Fever.
Three-set marathon.
Yeah, there's like 7-6, 5-7, 7-6, something like that. And then they were able to beat Powers and Hughes. Actually.
Yeah, Hughes and Powers in the quarters, and then they had to default to Araya and Parsons in the semi because Philippe was cramping.
Yeah, so unfortunate.
We were starting to stream that match, I remember.
15:30.
And they went on to, they won the West Penn Open, actually. They defeated Crick and Lofgren. It was a NRT event.
Great volleys there from
30-all.
Rams and Kaler, especially that first volley from Kaler. It was a terrific return.
Back to 30-all. Looks like 30. This camera may be a little loose, or is it my eyes, Brad?
Oh no, it's definitely a little wobbly, wobbly action out there.
Oh, nice cutoff.
Kaler's terrific at the net. Good volleyer. He reads the situation well, steps up, and can play offensive volleys. When his opponents are getting ready to drive, he closes in. So it's one of his.
One of the best drop shots in the game.
Yep. And because he can read it, he gets right on top of the net.
Second set, 5 games to 1, and won the second.
He baits them into hitting a drive so that he can volley behind his opponent, or he gets right on the net.
There's an attempted serve. No, he got it. He did it. He did the underhand serve. It would have spun back over, but too high in the air, so easily covered there from Kaler. But that's something that some players are going to experiment. And I guess at this point, at 1-5 down, he's like, I'm going to see what I've got here, and whether it's feasible.
You see, Crick was going up to the net, saying, "Didn't your shirt touch the net?"
Yeah. Funny. That's a good cutter, but easily tracked down. Yeah, the mistake from Rams is I think he thought he was getting the ball initially. When your partner runs up, you got to trail behind in case that ball gets hit through.
guess they figure they're up 5-1. They might get a little bit more exercise.
There you go. They don't have their steps in,
That's
not
right.
enough steps.
That's right. You'd think they want to save it for the final.
I would think so. Yeah, so it's been a good semifinal and a great tournament up here, and the weather's been literally perfect, for play.
Oh my God! Yesterday, Brad, with the women's match, we had all 4 seasons in one day. We had pouring rain, we had sunshine, we had overcast, then we had snow, and then we had snow with sunshine. The players actually put their sunglasses on, and it was snow flurries.
That's great. And almost as if on cue, we're getting some snow flurries now coming in. You'll see a couple of them fluff, just fluff right by.
Right, and we've said before, it's the only sport where you really pray for a cloudy day. It really helps you see the ball better. Just long.
15-40.
So match points.
Yeah.
Taylor and Rams.
Just tough play, and there's the missed cutter and game, set, match.
Well, I would say, pretty much the semifinals, neither team had to grind. It was, wasn't a physical battle for either of the teams. So going into the final is not, it's always a question of, the cramping with 4 tough matches in one day. But that was a relatively quick semifinal for both teams. Were scheduled for the players to take the court at 5:45 for the final. And I'm just wondering if they will take that long to turn around. We'll definitely keep everybody up to date and posted on the screen if they decide to go onto the court earlier.
Yeah, I would think you're right, Jerry. I mean, neither team should be taxed. They had the no-ad scoring as well, so no long deuce games, thrown in there. And it should be a terrific final. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so any predictions, Brad, before we sign off?
Well, I think the interesting thing is going to be, we saw it in evidence, is the Morgan drive followed up with the Frazier blitz. Kind of really good seasoned and terrific volleyer like, Scott Kaler and his partner Philip Rams find a way to blunt that attack. And my guess is they're going to find, they're certainly not going to approach it just by trying to hit through them. They're going to find a tactical way to go about this. And I think that was the mistake probably from Rose and Colmar. Mostly they didn't really tactically approach it. They had one little spot where they could hit the ball long and through and control with some overheads. But you're going to see a large number of those types of shots to keep Frazier back in the next match. So looking forward to a good one.
Kaler Rams have got to slow the freight train down. They've got to control the speed of play because Fraser, he's just totally pumped up and ready for action. So they've got to try to negate that flat, get him flat-footed, push balls back deep and straight, not giving anything that he can move, basically handcuff him. And then control Morgan so that Morgan can't hit off the deck off of any of those big shots. But yeah, it should be an interesting contrast in style, and I think Scott Kaler will control that speed of play. Like I said, I've really enjoyed watching the progression of his game over the seasons, and he really has worked at hitting smarter shots at the right time. And he understands that, 80% of the shots that they hit is to negate the attack. And then waiting for the right opportunity to hit those big shots. So sometimes it looks like he's not doing much, but he is accomplishing a lot by that speed of play and placement of where he hits the ball. So he's kind of become a master tactician.
Well, I think that's well said, Jerry, and we'll look forward to a terrific final. Right now, currently at 5:45, but as you said, Jerry, we'll keep everybody abreast of any changes in that if they decide to go a little earlier.
Great. Thanks, Brad. Fun doing the match with you, and look forward to calling in the final with you and Mark Fischel.
It was a pleasure, Jerry.
The new athletes come up with new ways and new strategies to try and play the sport. It used to be played in a very traditional type of style, but now there are about 6 or 7 different service styles, many different ways you can attack or play a point, and it's just an exciting new territory that the sport has gone into.
I'm Florentina Hanisch, and this is my paddle.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
Well, they had a pipe break. Water leaked all over the living room.
That doesn't look like a pipe.
I fixed the pipe. Now we're just cleaning up the water damage.
Oh, it was a sofa leak?
No.
It was a sofa pipe?
No.
We like normal here. Normal plumbers doing normal things that plumbers do.
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber. We handle all the plumbing and water cleanup issues.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.